Imagine moving to a brand new city just days before you gave birth. That was me. Our Córdoba apartment was still a mess of unpacked boxes and half-assembled furniture when my contractions came in. I had already been in Spain for 1 year, but I was in another city. And a week after swapping Malaga with Córdoba, I completely trusted in Spain's public healthcare system with my first baby. And I paid almost nothing. And I gave birth to this little human being. So I'm from Lithuania and I moved to Spain over a year ago, and my entire pregnancy went really smoothly. All of my prenatal appointments were basically free because I got a health insurance here. I was on the Igon health insurance, which was €60 per month, and I have completely free healthcare. So I would go to prenatal appointments every month. And also, if I ever felt that anything was wrong or I just wanted to see a doctor, I can go in at any time completely for free. So this was a huge help because just one prenatal appointment is probably more expensive than a whole month of insurance. So if you are in Spain and you are an EU citizen, try to get a health insurance because it's really gonna save you a lot of money. And that's pretty much all the money that I spent. I was able to get by with English at my prenatal appointment because I don't know if I just got lucky, but the doctors all spoke English. I did all of my prenatal appointments in Malaga, and then 1 week before my due date we had to move cities for personal reasons. And that was quite scary because I have 1 week to sort everything out before I give birth, and I could even give birth that day. Luckily I didn't. As soon as we arrived here in Córdoba, we went to the public hospital and they quickly did all of the tests again just to have them at their own hospital. They checked the baby numerous times. They told me what to do when my contractions start, and a few days later they started right in this room. I rang the hospital, they told me when to come in. Everything went really smoothly. I am so happy and grateful how I was treated at the public hospital. The experience was amazing. The doctors and nurses spoke English with me, and you could tell they really cared about me as a patient. I had a birth plan which I gave to them, and they really respected everything on my birth plan. I was a bit afraid of a public hospital birth. I would have rathered a private service, but because everything was happening so fast, that was the way I had to do it, and to be honest, I would do it that way again after having such an amazing experience. I had a pretty long labor, and because of this I wasn't progressing fast enough in the beginning and they wanted to induce me. I had strong feelings about that. I really didn't want to get induced and I wanted to keep going naturally for as long as possible to see if we can get it going on its own. They completely respected this. They gave me 12 hours to try to see if I would progress on my own, which luckily I did, and then I got my epidural administered, and the nurse that was dealing with me was so lovely. I felt so valued as a patient in her care. When I started pushing, I pushed in the position that I wanted to because she thought it was safe to do so, which was the side lying position. I didn't want to give birth on my back. There wasn't a single hiccup, there wasn't a single bad emotion. The public healthcare system in Spain for birth, at least in my case, was just amazing. I expected to have to pay for something during the labor. I mean, I got an epidural, didn't pay for that. Everything was free on the day. Also, with the insurance, you get a free midwife service, so that is also available to you. I didn't do this because it was in Spanish and my Spanish isn't so good yet. During your prenatal care, you will be seen by a midwife for free that will fill you in on anything, answer any questions you might have, and check on you. Then during your labor, you will have assigned another midwife, and I know you would think that it would be better to have the same midwife throughout your whole journey and then the same midwife there with you during birth, but in my case the midwife I got during birth was so amazing that I'm glad that that's how it was in the end. I had my own private room during labor. I was able to control the lighting. I could have had music playing there. They also had a lot of props. They gave me a yoga ball. The facilities were amazing, and I'm not sure if every city in Spain would be this way, but I'm sure if I would have given birth in Malaga it would have been quite similar. The hospital that I gave birth in Córdoba is called Reina Sofia, in case you are here also. And that's pretty much it because the whole process was super simple, and if I missed something and you have any questions, please leave them below and I will answer them for you. Bye!